Merry Christmas and welcome everybody to episode 49 of No Outside Food Allowed. This is the last episode of 2018, so we're here today to give you our lists for best and worst of the year in regards to movies, video games, and TV.
Yes.
We'll also give you our reviews on a couple of movies that came out this week, Aquaman and Bumblebee, and then a little Santa quiz for you Christmas fanatics out there.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Adam, and today I'll be the leader with the red nose, Rudolph. With me today, my other reindeer, Chris Felix.
Be Donner. It doesn't matter. There's a random reindeer
like,
in the
"Let's
back.
pick one."
Apparently, I'm your daddy in the old stop animation thing.
Is that
We'll
true?
Look that up.
If
We'll look
somebody-
that up. We'll, yeah.
You bunch of freaking furries.
Let's introduce you to the reindeer first.
Sam Lim.
Comet.
Comet.
Damn
Apparently
right.
he was
Are you
the
sure
only
about that?
other...
Sure.
Question mark? Chris Gagne.
Blitzen, because he sounds badass.
And maybe a little high.
Probably.
What's
right.
up, guys? What are we doing this week?
Done with this music first. Awesome.
Oh, thank
There we
God.
go. No more
Christmas
Christmas
music.
Watch the wonderful movies with you guys and finish some of that Red Dead Magic. Got all done with that game.
Did ya?
Finally going on living your life.
Yep. Now I don't know what to do anymore. There's no more games for me to play. Got it done.
Well, you got to wait for the online to come out and actually be stable enough to play. What about you, Felix?
Well, yeah, we saw a bunch of movies. Listening to music again. I just heard about this new band today. I don't know how new they are, but it's this all Japanese women metal band. But it's like the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Wow. It's like these chicks actually like really shred. They're really, really freaking good.
What's the name?
They're called Love Bites. Like all capital letters, like all like no space.
Okay.
Yeah, I just heard about it today. Like I said, all Japanese chicks. It's the coolest thing. But they kind of remind me like almost like Dragon Force. Like these chicks actually like studied their Iron Maiden and Judas
Nice.
Priest. But it's actually some pretty kick-ass metal. Like these chicks know what's up.
Sounds like something out of Kill Bill.
Yeah, dude, they're pretty sweet. Go check it out.
There you go.
What you been up to, Hoover?
A little bit of Netflix, a couple of indie games I've been playing, Dead Cells, and I picked up Hollow Knight, another kind of
Which one is that?
Metroidvania type game. It's got a kind of a little dark noir feel to it. You play as like a little kind of a skull bug type of thing with a
Okay.
sword, and you kind of go down through dungeon by dungeon and try and like uncover mysteries and stuff.
Nice.
It's interesting.
How much was it?
It was cheap. It's like $15.
Oh, damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
$15. Sounds like
decent.
fun.
Yeah. About you, Gagne?
Yeah, I just did the holiday movie dance with the kids. We watched Elf last night, and we made the candy pasta with, Pop-Tarts and everything, and watched the kids eat it, and, posted to social media so I can let everybody know how great of a parent I am. Judge me not. I did not take a bite, however. I did indulge in a little
You
bit of
weren't gonna
Pop-Tart
do it, huh?
action, but no, I just couldn't do it. I was getting far too many laughs at watching the kids. We had like 6 of them over our house, and like, you know what? Why not? And they took bites and were skeptical at first, but then of course the sugar kicked in, and they were all like, "This is amazing!"
All that
And then-
sugar rush.
Yeah, I told them go in the room after that. It got chaotic, got a little hypey, but yeah, that's my week too. Yeah, we all
Sounds like a lot of sugar.
got to a lot of movies and just doing the holiday stuff.
Man, must be nice going to all those movies with the movie pass.
Too soon.
I've officially canceled. I have canceled the subscription. They're
You guys
dead to
officially
me.
broken up?
Yeah.
No longer together?
Not anymore.
Gonna do it.
Surprised it lasted this long.
Made it over a year.
That was a short
Right.
relationship.
It was
Good times.
It was good while it lasted, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it paid for itself in the year I had it, but
Sure.
they suck.
Yeah, we all knew that was unsustainable.
Yep. So real quick, I talked to the Google, and I have some facts. In the 1964 stop-motion movie, Rudolph is born to Donner, the reindeer, and Donner's
Wow.
wife, who
There.
has no name. That's just rude. It's just Donner's wife.
Donner's wife.
Yeah, so
Wow.
It's a boy.
Okay, so you're my daddy, huh? Who is your daddy, and
Daddy.
what does he do? So let's start with some of this week's news.
Yes, hit us up.
Let's start with a couple of trailers. We
What?
had,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course, the remake of our favorite Red Devil, Hellboy, with David Harbour. I actually thought it was a pretty good trailer. Some
really enjoyed
funnies,
the
and
music.
yeah, the music was definitely upbeat.
Yes.
Harken back to the first Hellboy, which I really liked. Second one was okay, but this one it had the same feels as the first one, so I liked it. What you think?
Okay, I guess I'm going to be in the minority. I thought it was just okay. It didn't blow me away, honestly. It looks fine. It's just not what I was expecting, and I guess I'm just basing that judgment off the original photo that came out of David Harbour, where he just looked really dark and really menacing. So I was expecting like kind of a hard R, like more, just
less
I don't know,
funny,
just
more dark.
Yeah, and it was like extremely humorous. It was even like more humorous than I feel like the Ron Perlman movies were, and we're kind of going that direction.
Man,
I kind
I
of
don't know. You need to rewatch the second one. It was pretty over the top.
but look at this. I mean, it has Moni Moni playing in the background, and you know, the first thing you see him is like, "Hey, I'm on your side." Like jokes already.
That's true.
I mean, it's funny. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to hate on it. It looks cool. It's just not what I was expecting. So I'm a little I don't know, just a little surprised. I was kind of hoping for a little bit darker of a tone. And he's short. I'm not trying to hate on him, but like he's a lot smaller than I expected him to look. I thought he'd be like much more massive. But whatever. What'd you guys think?
What do you think, Gagne?
I'm on board. I'm not. I know nothing of Hellboy except from seeing the first two films, and it's not that Guillermo did anything wrong with them, but I like the character and I like David Harbour, and I feel like they made a good preview. So let's roll with it. I'm game. I like the comedy. I like the action. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say pretty positive. Like, I mean, this one had a lot more hands-on by Mike Mignola himself, the creator. So I'm pretty sure like he's pushing it in the right direction that he wants it to go. So you know, we'll see the end product. But so far as the trailer goes, very promising. I like the Hell King look at the end when he comes up with the flaming sword. I'm like,
that was a cool
flaming
shot.
Sword with the crown.
Yeah, that was a dope shot.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Yeah, that looked cool.
What did you think about Mila Jovovich as the villain? Are we still a little salty about the Resident Evil? Is that what it
I'm
is?
still salty about everything she does because, like, I feel like she's just gonna kill franchises.
Why? Like, what did she do to that series? She didn't make it. She just starred in it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
She didn't ruin The Fifth Element.
But she
Well,
ruined
facts.
Resident Evil.
Can't just bring up like the best movie ever.
Yeah,
I mean, like I said, you can't blame like 100% all of it on the actors. Like I said, the Resident Evil movies are garbage
No,
because they're
God,
just
they were garbage
movies.
because they were badly written.
Yeah, I know they're garbage movies. I mean, like so
they
what?
kept making
She,
I
I
don't
think
know.
she has a
Doesn't
good
get making
stylist.
money. Like, what are you gonna do
Yeah,
about
this-
this? It's like Fast and Furious. Like, they're not gonna stop making until people stop watching.
Stop watching people.
we'll see how it goes. I mean,
Stop watching, please.
her character as the villain. It's like one of many. So we'll see how it all plays out. Like I said, the trailer looks very promising. The music, the action, the sense of humor, the comedy, and the way it's set up. I think it looks like it's more set up in London this time. Than
It was
in
definitely
America.
heavy accented.
Yeah.
Everybody-
Plus
Ian
that
McShane.
chip shop.
That's all you gotta say.
Yes. Oh my God.
Love him.
Anything
Well,
with
we'll
him
get
in it.
to trailers revealing too much a little bit later on, but hopefully this movie will continue that, and be a decent movie. But we'll move on to Men in Black. We're back with the same Thor Ragnarok combo that I so love
the
to hate.
Revengers. The Revengers.
I almost expected Meek to show up in this,
Right?
and Korg.
Meek? Hey, Meek.
Meek and Korg.
But he's dead,
Yeah.
right?
Oh no, he's
Adam,
alive.
you didn't like the Revengers? Uh-oh.
We'll let somebody else comment before I just jump right into hating on this. Men in Black, go Sam.
It looks fun. Sign me up. I'm totally down to check it out, especially with Liam Neeson in it.
That
I'm
was a
to
good
go.
surprise. I like
Yeah,
me.
that was great. The fact that he's in it, I was like, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. I'm glad they didn't make that weird cohesive thing they were going to do. The
Oh, with like
Drum
21 Drum Street? Yeah, I heard they were supposed to do like
and Men in
a...
Black
that crossover
crossover.
thing.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't go with that route.
Yeah, that would've been
I'm
weird.
really happy.
I'm curious just to see what would have happened with that.
What
like,
the
I'm not
script-
saying I would-
what's
yeah,
the
like,
script
what
for
is
that?
that like? What were you guys thinking? But
Fucking Hollywood.
yeah, what's wrong with you guys? But yeah, this was just okay. I don't know. I don't really particularly care. I mean, I like the cast. I love the talent behind it. But like, I didn't see the last Men in Black, and I saw the Men in Black 2 when I was a kid, and I didn't like it. And like, as far as I'm concerned, the Men in Black one's the only one worth watching. So that's why I'm
kind
like,
of with you on that argument.
I mean, yeah. Again, I don't mean to be a downer and all this, but like, I don't know. Didn't really wow me. And you had like the best comment about it though. It's like, I was like, oh, guns are in the trunk. Who's got time for that? Let's rip the hubcap off and make a gun. That was like the best comment.
Ain't nobody got time for the trunk anymore. Let's just pull this hubcap off.
Yeah,
Come on.
so I don't know.
Gagne?
Well, see, I mean, you're talking to somebody who loves Thor Ragnarok and has a
Yes.
fat crush on Tessa Thompson. So yeah, this is an easy sell to me. I mean, I like the MIB concept. The first movie is amazing. The second movie is utter garbage. The third movie was pretty good. It was nice to see Brolin pretend to be like Tommy Lee Jones younger. Like I was with the third one. It was entertaining, and it's still not the first MIB, but I like the concept, and so it's like, okay, yeah, let's see what you do with it. I'm just also very happy that they didn't do the fucking 22 Jump Street crossover bullshit. When that got announced, I was like, no fucking way, because I don't like the Jump Street movies. Like, did not like them. Didn't think they were what everybody thought they were. So I was like, this is going to be crap. But then this came out, and I was like, okay, like, yeah, I'll admit the trailer's not amazing. It didn't have me cracking up. I love that they added Liam Neeson. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
see what happens.
Definitely a plus. Liam Neeson's a plus. I don't know. It just seems overly silly, and the reboots. I'm just getting tired of these reboots.
Mm-hmm.
They're milking this franchise just like everything else. And the combination of the Thor Ragnarok crew. Yeah, I guess people like that movie, but not for me. You have a crush on Tessa Thompson. I don't really think she's that great. I don't know why. I just don't like her. It's nothing really in particular.
Yeah.
It's just something about her. I don't know. The combo just is not going for me. We'll see. Yeah, hot take, exactly. Like, you haven't heard my ramblings on Thor Ragnarok.
There's a lot of saltiness coming from lots of different directions today.
Oh, yeah. We'll continue on with some movie reviews, and we'll hear some saltiness.
But salty that water is.
Before that, let's jump into Will Smith's Genie reveal. Man, there was a lot of saltiness about this online.
Man, I love all the comments on the Instagram. When I was reading the comments by IGN, I was like, wow. Everybody's like, I'm good.
Like,
we're done.
Every
we're
comment
done.
was negative.
Yeah.
There was like, and Will Smith has come out and he said, my genie will be blue in the movie. Don't freak out. But it's already out there. That picture has already gone down in flames. What do you guys think?
So, are they then thinking that am I to believe that he's going to turn blue eventually, or are we just seeing like set photos and so they haven't CGI'd the color on? Like,
Right.
that's kind of where I'm coming from. Like, you can tell me all you want, you still look bad, and I think that was the wrong. Personally, I think it was the wrong route to go. He should have just been animated.
Right,
Plain and
you were
simple,
under
like-
the impression, right? You and Sam were under the impression that he wasn't going to be in the movie like physically. It was going
Right.
to be just a
CGI.
voiceover.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. I really thought it was going to be a CGI genie.
Right.
Motion capture his face, and then it was going to be the CGI genie where you had similar to, the original, him transforming into,
Right,
he's
he could-
doing a voice. He was, he kind of looked like Carson at one time when Robin Williams was doing the
Correct.
voice. Like he could, manipulate, and maybe that's still going to happen.
Kinda shape-shift
I
a little
don't
bit.
know, but yeah, just like first set photos, not excited.
What do you think of that top knot, Felix?
I don't know about that. That looks awful. It kind of reminds you of Goro, Mortal Kombat. Honestly.
That's a good call.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When I read it, it kind of looks like the way I'm gathering. It's like this is his civilian form. So I guess when they're in public, this is the persona he puts on or whatever. But then supposedly he's gonna be more CGI animated whenever they're by themselves or whatever. I guess I don't know. I'm trying not to judge it too hard because Entertainment Weekly has like a reputation for putting out notoriously bad photos like all around, like all the time. So I'm not surprised that these photos suck. But I'm gonna wait. I mean, I want to remain optimistic because I love Aladdin. This is like one of my favorite Disney properties ever. So I
Same.
just really don't want them to fuck it up. But I don't like the look of it. I mean,
It does look a little like cosplay. People have been
It
mentioning
does.
that.
I don't
It's
mind-
just a little too clean,
Yeah.
It's like
Very 90s.
he's supposed to be a street rat. He's got no dirt on him, no tears in his clothing.
Yeah,
it
he's
looks
real
like he's
clean
got a
looking.
fucking vest on. He just
people are
came
freaking out
of
about his shirt too. Like he's wearing a shirt. I'm like, who
Oh,
cares?
yeah.
So he's wearing a shirt. Okay.
Like, He doesn't have money for a shirt.
Yeah. Jasmine looks good though. I think she looks great in that role. I forget her name, but she was the Pink Ranger in that awesome Power
Okay.
Rangers movie.
Oh, it's
that
super
we
awesome
all
one,
loved. Yeah, it was great. I think there's a small pic of Jafar. Too. I'm not sure if that was the guy.
Okay.
I think that was him standing in the crowd. I guess he looks all right, but I don't know. I'm just gonna have to wait. I'm not gonna try to judge too hard based off Entertainment Weekly photos. They suck anyways. So I'll just wait for a trailer.
Anybody else comments? Concerns?
Violent reactions.
Let's make you want to lash out, Sam?
It just sucked.
It's just not good.
Yeah.
It wasn't my cup of tea.
Let's just say Guy Ritchie didn't really do so hot with King Arthur, so I'm not now on, like, I'm not confident when he was given the job. I'm not confident seeing the first teaser. I'm not confident
Right.
seeing set photos.
Zero confidence.
Obviously, having children and it being Disney, at some point I'm going to see it. It's not like I'm not going to watch it, but I'm just not confident that it's going to be really worth my time. So we'll see.
Yeah.
The one thing I could say about the teaser is that it was kind of shot for shot of the old trailer, so it did look pretty cool because of that. We'll see how it does. I did hear that Jafar looks pretty like dead on.
The only way it would redeem itself is if there was a hair chase, or some pikeys boxing to get a blue pink caravan for their mom. Then I'll be okay for it.
What?
It's a
You're
Snatch
reaching.
joke.
Yeah, you're reaching on that
Snatch.
one.
Oh, you guys have seen Snatch?
Of course, we've seen Snatch.
Oh, okay.
Well, you have.
Oh,
Yeah,
Guy
maybe like
Ritchie.
a
Okay,
decade
gotcha.
ago.
I was like,
That's what will redeem itself.
way sideways. Okay.
Trying to find the connection. All right, what's next? Let's talk a little Titans.
How'd that go?
Finale. Finally, season 1 was out this Friday, last Friday. We put up the trailer. It was pretty dark. Finally showed Batman. Sam, you actually powered through this one, so I'm not the only one that has. Not the only one who's seen it.
Yeah, I actually powered through it like 2-3 hours ago.
Okay.
Finishing the whole
Bam.
thing.
There you go.
But,
There's only 11
yeah, 11
episodes.
episodes.
I watched it week by week, and it was a slow drawl.
Slow burn.
Yes, and so watching it a marathon like you did, what'd you think?
Way better.
A lot
like,
better.
Like if I was to watch it week by week, my rating for the whole season would be like maybe 6 out of 10. But since I powered through it, I can confidently give it like a 7.5, almost an 8. But there's some drawbacks, but it's definitely a strong 7.5 for sure.
I feel like the pacing just itself put together like that
Yeah.
would feel like just a much
Big time.
better flow,
The just transitions from episodes to episode, and the one thing I wanted to point out was the Hawk and Dove storyline.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good. Like I thought it was well done. How they didn't give them superpowers per se, just their natural God-given abilities. Like she explained her background: ballet, jujitsu, karate, right? And Hawk's was football and rage.
He's a jock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? That was his upbringing? Football?
Well,
That
football
was more
and trying
complicated.
to protect his brother. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a little more complicated. Like I said, you definitely want to watch the series
Yeah.
because he made a lot of sacrifices to get to where he was. And
The episode where they come back and they tell their story about how they came
Yeah.
together really makes you enjoy their characters much more than
Yes.
that first episode. They're kind of
Yes.
just like kind of the
Yeah.
douchebag bro guy and the girl that Robin, was having sex with back in the day.
Yeah.
And then they don't get back to him for like 5 episodes. And that was the hard part for me was that was like a month long.
But it made
and then-
sense.
yeah,
I know
and then
because you had to wait.
They finally got
Yeah.
back to it, and that was a good episode.
Yeah, like to see his background and her background and what brought them together, the sadness, and yet how they try to help each other out was crazy. And then definitely the team chemistry. I saw what you meant to watch it week by week because there was none there. But if you watch it in binge mode, you can see it slowly develop little by little, and it was good.
It's a slow burn week by
Yeah,
week.
yeah, definitely. And then the psych ward episode was good touch.
That was a good one. It was it was called Asylum, which
Yep.
I thought originally it was supposed to be Arkham Asylum, but it wasn't. But it was still a good episode. They got kind of into their minds and what made them.
Yeah, it
come
makes
together as a
everyone's
team.
psyche really, really bad. And to see Starfire's background, it wasn't too bad to see her slowly getting there, little by little.
So let's talk about the finale.
Yes.
They brought in Batman. They went to Gotham City.
Yes. Supposedly.
This was
Supposedly.
so in the teaser.
Yeah.
Robin comes back to Robin and tells him, "Hey, Batman's gone crazy and he's killed the Joker.
You got help the city.
Right? You got to come back and stop Batman." And so he comes back, and I don't want to spoil it,
Okay.
but they have an interaction, Batman and Robin, and it's dark and it goes a different direction than you think it's going to go. And it was a fitting finale for what I thought was a decent season.
Yes.
And then it hits you with the character reveal at the end of the episode, which really brings it around and makes me want to watch the next season. Sam, you want to tell?
I'll let you tell him.
Oh, you're going to reveal it?
Sure, let's do it. It's not really a big play.
Spoiler.
Of the season. Yeah, spoiler though. It brings us to the Cadmus Project in the deep undergrounds of Metropolis, and it shows us a little Superboy reveal.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah, and then he
Or
actually
AKA Connell.
And then he comes, and then he opens a cage for Crypto,
Ooh.
his dog. So we got Crypto and we got
God.
Superboy coming.
He says he got the leather jacket. Like,
And no, he's actually like naked. That's all you
Oh.
see is his pecs, you know, and he's got his
Yeah.
the Superman tattoo. That's
Oh,
kind of
why not?
It's kind of like a scar almost.
got to keep in theme with.
it's like a
with the dark
digital
tone.
kind of
Yeah.
It's got like scarification or.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Look, it's worth checking out though. Seriously.
Cool.
Like I said, it was a nice surprise. A lot of good heartfelt moments. Like overall, it's good casting and actually decent writing. To be fair.
So you said we actually got Batman. Who's Batman? Or,
You
it
don't
was
really
the
see
stunt
him.
guy, so you don't really get any vocals.
it's
You
just a
just
figure.
see him in action.
You get fainted vocals of Alfred throughout.
Yeah.
throughout the show.
Did we get fully realized Alfred, or like did we see Alfred?
No.
No.
Ah,
You get a couple of hints at other villains
okay.
in Arkham Asylum because it takes you there. You get Two-Face. You get the Riddler.
And I like the fact that at first I thought it was corny, but after watching it for a while, it grew on me. His like suitcase with a supercomputer inside
okay.
opens it up, does
Sure.
everything.
Well,
Yeah,
he gets some tech from Batman.
yeah.
So, it's a convenient way to, have a Batcave type of thing,
It's
on the move.
I think it's a good crutch for the writers too.
Yeah.
In case you need to explain anything, here just
right.
print it for
He gets it from Bruce somehow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, honestly, the way you guys are talking about it, it doesn't sound so bad.
It wasn't that bad.
I was giving it a hard time the whole season, but I mean, I'd be willing to watch the whole thing now that it's all done.
Well, that's the thing though. I definitely recommend for you to just binge it out. It's gonna
Yeah.
be so much better.
Well, it's like when I gave up on The Walking Dead like a long time. I mean, I'm completely done with it now, but like I gave up on it for like a season, and then I binged like the entire season while I was just doing stuff around the house too, and that was like the most enjoyable time for me, and it went by so quick. So I might do the same thing with this, is like practice guitar and maybe just like watch this also. So I wouldn't mind. Like I love it when it starts expanding on lore and all that. So hearing that it's actually probably
It's
going to
a
go a little
different
bit
take,
full DC. Like, does it feel like it's going to really expand on what we've seen? Like, we're going to see more deep cuts, more characters,
Easily.
bigger characters.
It does
maybe?
seem like that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does a good job of introducing characters and having cameos too. So
Are we going to get the All Stars though? Like, are we really going to get like a full on Batman and Superman and all the main guys here?
I wouldn't know.
I
yet.
wouldn't say full on Batman as Superman.
Always a silhouette or something.
yeah,
Because remember,
yeah, I would say
it's a show called Titans.
it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more flashes.
Yeah.
Like what you saw in the finale will be probably the most we get out of Batman.
Well, definitely the way they're doing it does remind you of the cartoon TV show where they would talk about Batman, but just a silhouette or a shadow of him. But you never really see him per se. So it's following its source material pretty well so far.
Cool.
Eventually, I hope we're gonna get some Nightwing action.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah,
dude.
it seems like he's going in that
It's
direction.
going there. It's
Yeah.
going there for sure.
I hope so. Can't have two Robins. One too many. Might have to kill one.
Basically.
Boom.
That's all I got as far as news this week. Do you guys have?
Oh
any?
yeah, I did have that little controversy thing. Apparently, Disney tried to trademark, or they did trademark, the phrase "Hakuna Matata."
Huh.
Like
Wow.
the phrase "Hakuna Matata," which is Swahili phrase. Yeah, people are pissed about that basically
You
because
can't just copyright words and phrases.
yeah, I'm reading this off IGN right now, but it basically says that the main purpose of the trademark was to protect Disney's intellectual property and use of Hakuna Matata on Lion King related merchandise, preventing others from capitalizing on the film's success. I guess.
Well, good luck Disney stopping all the third world countries.
yeah,
They need all the money in the world.
yeah. Apparently, they
So
want
if
to
you
literally
put
own everything.
Hakuna Matata on that T-shirt, you can't sell that shit.
Nope.
So can we just put a Hakuna Matata T-shirt on Palpatine? Is ended?
Look, we might be shut down just for saying it on this show, because
I
know.
Disney might be listening.
Beep,
Hey,
beep,
please do.
beep,
Get us some,
beep. I got the beep machine.
get some
working.
notoriety on us. I'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, look, there's that podcast that got sued by Disney. Hell yeah, we are.
Right.
Darn, Disney took all our PlayStation 4s.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm still reading some of the articles. It says Disney's registration for Hakuna Matata T-shirts was filed in 1994, and so it says never and will not prevent individuals from using the phrase. But I don't know. They're trying to
So
defend
they've tried
themselves
this
now.
before.
They're making excuses. I don't know. They're trying to beat around the bush and find like some sort of silver lining here. But
Yeah. Intellectual property. That's a wide
Yeah.
berth there. You could cover anything on that.
yeah, but that's
don't
the
know.
latest in the news of what's Disney buying now.
You said they actually tried to do that in 1994.
Yeah. So it was filed in 1984. That was towards T-shirts apparently and merchandise, not the actual
Yeah.
phrasing. But now it seems like they're going after the phrasing. I don't know. I'm kind of skimming through this article. It was just caught my eye
So
earlier.
Disney's
It's
going to
interesting.
eventually own all the words and all the property in the world. Everything will be intellectual property of Disney.
Uh-huh.
And this podcast will be owned by Disney.
And
eventually.
Wall-E will forever be remembered as the start of, the foreshadowing of our history. Disney becomes by and large.
I'm telling you. That's
History as told by Disney.
Yeah.
The irony there.
Stand by my words, dude. The future is Wall-E, the Terminator, and Idiocracy all in one. It's a scary thought.
Yeah, totally. We got
That's
some
why we just
scary
gotta make-
AI bots, man. Have you seen they're doing like flips and
Dude,
fucking
don't worry,
karate
bro.
and shit
Just
now?
make,
Fuck that,
as
dude.
long as you make a EMP, portable EMP, you're good to go.
Yeah.
I got one in my chest, actually.
Oh, nice.
Oh, my God.
Mr. Stark.
Yeah, right. All right, so let's move on from some news.
To the best and worst.
Let's do best and worst of the year. We're
Oh,
getting
it's the end of
close
the
to
year.
the end of the year, so we're gonna give you a couple of lists that we made up on best and worst of what we thought of this year's movies, TV, and video games.
Sounds good to me.
So let's go ahead and start with movies, since that's a lot of what we talk about here.
Sure.
Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Tag,
Okay.
you're in.
You first.
All right, cool. Yeah, I had to go back and look at my list of actually what I've seen this year, but yeah, I went with some common. Obviously, Infinity War.
Yes. Sure,
Just-
that's on all our lists.
Yeah, I mean, just it's so rewatchable. It's such a good film. It totally changed the landscape of Marvel, and I'm looking forward to what's to come. So I threw that at the top of the list, along with A Quiet Place, another
Yeah.
one that I just
Yeah, it was-
absolutely loved the concept, loved it in theaters, watched it at home. Not as good at home without that darkness of
The
the theater,
ambiance.
yeah, and the silence,
Yeah.
like the whole crowd being silent. But it's such, I mean, another one just really blew me away as far as how much better I think that it was than I was expecting. And then
Sure.
Black Klansman, which I almost forgot about, but I just thoroughly enjoyed and want to watch again. So those were my top three. I definitely threw Spider-Verse in there for honorable mention because that was probably the most recent one that I've seen that I really loved and want to see again. So it takes a lot
Totally.
these days, I feel like, to have a film that you want to watch again. And
Definitely.
those are
agree.
ones that I would. So
Yeah, Infinity War, of course, very good. Sam,
Easy
what you
one.
got?
Same here. I got Infinity War, and I have Spider-Verse. The funny one I wrote down for a bad one was actually Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was such a flop, man. Did you actually watch it?
Hell no, no need
Oh
to.
yeah.
Already seen
you
King
can't call
Arthur?
it the worst then. You haven't even seen it.
Well, let's listen. Hear me out. Already seen King Arthur?
like
Already
already-
sat through that. I don't have to sit through Robin Hood.
It's like I knew how this movie was gonna play out.
Yeah, exactly. They have the same trailer and the same layout. I'm good. I'm good.
Totally.
Because it was either that or Meg.
The Meg.
See,
I
that's
like
funny
the
because
Meg.
I saw the Meg on a few lists that said it was really good.
Oh,
I've heard both stories, yeah.
I've seen it twice and I like it. So
Yeah.
Oh,
see,
wow.
he's even seen it twice.
Wow.
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 All right. Okay.
Hey.
Felix.
All right, well, with my best top three. So surprisingly, Infinity War is not my number one. Black Panther is actually probably
Okay.
my overall
Really?
favorite. I really, really like this movie, and I've probably seen it at least 5 times over now. And it's one of those movies that it keeps my attention every time it's on. Like I just really, really genuinely liked it. I thought it was just a nice different take, on just a character that's not as big, to a lot of other people, and it really blew this world up. And I thought it was just very colorful, beautiful story, great acting all around through
Yeah.
all the characters. I just thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just a fun, enjoyable movie that I can watch over and over again. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, number
Yeah.
2. I loved it.
Totally.
I just had such a good time watching this movie. Just visually, it's one of the most spectacular movies I've seen,
I
in
agree.
forever. Honestly, just unlike anything I've ever seen before, and just really good heart, really good story, just fun characters all around. Just such a good time and a fucking amazing soundtrack. I keep listening to it over and over again. But
Great
yeah, that's my
soundtrack,
number
yeah.
2.
That's fantastic.
I don't want to round out Infinity War with my number 3 because I'm not helping my
All
case saying that I'm
Marvel
not a Marvel fanboy. It's an
I
honorable
didn't like
mention.
any other movies besides Marvel.
No, see my other one. So my number 3 is gonna be Bohemian Rhapsody. I genuinely love this
All right,
movie.
all
Also,
right.
this is
Yes.
a really good time.
Yeah.
It's not, like I said, it's not the greatest movie ever, but it's a really, really fun movie. And I had a really good time watching it in theaters. The sound was great, obviously, with the music. It was just a really, really fun time. Felt like I was watching a concert. Rami Malek just deserves all the praise he's getting for his role. He killed it as Freddie Mercury, and I really, really can't wait to see it again. It was really, really good.
Nice.
But yeah, like I said, honorable mentions. Infinity War. I mean, how can you
Totally,
not?
totally.
And A Quiet Place. It was really, really
Yeah.
fun too. And I got to mention Creed 2, even though my parents didn't like it. Kind
Uh-huh.
of bummed me out. But I really, really had a good time watching that too. That was a really fun movie. As for worst, There's only one that comes straight to mind. It's How It Ends that we saw on Netflix earlier this year.
Yes.
I fucking hated this movie. I don't care what kind of movie you want to call this. It's a coming of age, whatever the hell this was. This is a fucking waste of time.
That, man. I
I
don't
watched
even
this.
know.
It ended. I was literally pissed off. Like, what? What? It's over? What? Nothing
how
was
it
answered.
ends.
How
That's
could
how
you
it
call
ends.
it how it ends?
What? We didn't even know what happened. Like, how were we supposed to know how it ends? We didn't know what the hell's going on. This movie was crap.
Goddamn Poison
fucking-
Cloud.
Everything about it was bad. Fuck this movie. Honorable other shitty movie, Tao. We've talked plenty about that too.
you
Tao was
taking
terrible.
my list.
But I'm sorry.
So
Sorry.
basically, yeah, anything we watched on Netflix when we were doing
Netflix.
that run.
Totally.
Okay, how about your list, Adam? What's your list then?
Well,
Before
all right.
Flex takes it
So
all.
let's just get Infinity War out of there.
Okay.
That's number one. It was just so fantastic. What an ending. The villain had such a great role.
I'm so
in
happy
it.
he became a farmer. I'm so happy for him.
But the point is, he finally did something that made these heroes bump down a notch.
Oh yeah, it put him in check.
Yes. So
Because they're
I
riding
love
this
that.
high for so long.
Yeah, nobody ever dies, right? So sad. So exactly. And then Into the Spider-Verse. So amazing. With all these CG heavy movies like Aquaman,
Yeah.
it just had a different visual style to it that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think they're trying to copyright it or patent it or something. So it was just spectacular. And then actually Mission Impossible 6 Fallout.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really, and I don't know if it's just because I'm a fanboy of Henry Cavill, but his addition to the movie just made that franchise just take off.
Yeah.
Like they're never going to stop with those
Dude,
now.
especially that fight scene in the bathroom when
Yes.
him and Ethan team up. It's ridiculous.
I actually did
Well
watch it recently.
choreographed.
I forgot to put that in
Yeah.
my honorable mentions. It was really good.
So
like
good.
I love the IMAX shots too. It's so fucking amazing. looking.
ridiculous.
It was really good. That was a
Yeah,
great
great
movie.
stunts.
Yeah.
Well shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
Tom Cruise still got it, man.
Yeah, he
Go,
does
old man.
for sure. As far as worst movies, all mine are from Netflix, and Felix covered them.
I'm sorry.
How It Ends, it's just a fucking waste of an hour and 30 minutes. Tao, I mean, Gary Oldman, what were you thinking? Why would you even sign up for a movie this shitty?
That paycheck was real nice, apparently.
It must have been. And then the last one, The Titan, with Sam Worthington. He was basically mutated into a fish man so that he could survive on the moon of Titan. It never had any kind of plot. It never even got to Titan. It was just a weird fish movie. I don't even know how to explain it.
Dang, Adam, you have so much against the fish this
Yeah,
year.
you're not a fan of the fish
Shape
movies,
of
are you?
Yeah, the
Water?
fish movies, man. But yeah.
That's why it says on your list for worst.
All Netflix
was Shape of
movies.
Water.
I think that was technically the year before.
So I have to say, I didn't really have a list of bad ones with the Netflix ones. Obviously, they make sense. But I'd say some of the ones that let me down of
Sure.
big releases were definitely Ralph Breaks the Internet. That was kind of a dud. Fantastic Beasts, another sequel that I thought was kind of a dud.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that.
And yeah, honestly, like A Wrinkle in Time, like good previews. Thought it was going to be a fun adventure kid movie, and it just kind of turned out funky and uncomfortable.
What happened?
Yeah,
What happened with that movie?
it was another one that, good preview, good cast,
Yeah.
a promised, story, a book, that's pretty popular with kids, and it just, I don't know,
It just missed, huh?
Yeah, it just missed. I wouldn't say they were awful. The Netflix films were definitely worse, but these were all ones that I was like kind of looking forward to, and they just kind of let me down.
Definitely a few of those as well.
Fair enough.
It almost feels not fair to pick on the Netflix films, but
Right?
they're not great. they're really
Those
not great.
basically are straight to video. Back in the day, like
Yeah.
you wouldn't even
Pretty
see
much.
those.
Hey,
Yeah.
we prove facts. We watch these back to back to back, and there's not a lot of great picks out of there.
Yeah, we suffered through a few of
Considering
those.
how many we watched, like you'd think that at least one of them would be really awesome, but nah. I mean, they're decent at best.
Decent at best.
Yeah, Extinction was
Extinction.
okay.
Yeah,
I think that's why we fell off the Netflix book club.
they were rough.
We'll bring it back. We'll bring it back.
Yeah,
Legend of a
we'll bring it
White-tailed
back.
D-Hunter. That
Oh
sucked.
my God,
that
yeah.
sucked. Fuck that movie.
That's on the list.
I'm sorry. I totally forgot. We're to stop reminiscing on Netflix.
Wow.
Yeah.
So much saltiness at one table.
A lot of time
Was
wasted
there,
this past
was there
year.
anything? What was good on Netflix? I don't even know.
That Santa one was all right.
Daredevil? Duh.
That was a show.
Oh, that's TV. We're gonna
That's
get to
TV.
that one.
Yeah.
Let's do
Good
TV.
shit.
Let's,
Let's do
move
some
into
TV.
TV then.
Let's do
all
it.
right, all right. And just
Do
because
it.
Daredevil's on my list,
Do
I'll
it.
go ahead and start.
Okay.
We'll start with Haunting of Hill House. That was my number one.
Snap.
Just started it. Yeah. it's
What a
good.
different
Ooh.
way to haunt people or to express, how
Don't
to,
ruin it
like-
for me yet. I'm only on episode 6.
Okay. Well, I think you've gotten to the best one in my
That
opinion.
is my favorite episode. which we'll get to me. But
Yes.
yes, that's so good.
But yeah, really scary show. Well written.
Yeah.
Well done, Netflix on that one.
Yeah.
Second one, Daredevil season 3. Bullseye was amazing.
So good.
Kingpin was awesome. Well done to Netflix on that one. And then, God, I guess I've been watching a lot of Netflix. Lost in Space would be my third one.
Wow.
Very nice on my list.
You know, it had some good action.
Okay.
Some characters that you love to hate. A good interpretation of the robot, which I liked.
Okay.
Check it out. Can't wait for season 2.
Ditto.
As far as worsts, we're going to go with Titans. And only because I had to sit through it and it was a slow burn. I'm going to put that one on my number 3. We won't start with the worst. We'll go up the list here. We'll go Westworld, season 2. It was a little bit of a letdown for me as compared to season 1. It was so epic. And then season 2 just seemed to kind of lose focus. That one I'd like to binge through again because I think it was a little slow paced. And then The Walking Dead. How the hell do you kill off Rick, Maggie, and Jesus in fucking one season?
Hey, Rick's coming back.
Spoilers,
He's got 2 more
Maggie's
movies.
dead?
What?
Damn it.
No, Maggie was written off.
They left.
Oh.
She left.
She
didn't
left
die.
too?
Yeah, she left.
Yeah.
I totally missed that
And
part.
Rick
Yeah.
left.
No, like it was. She was ghosted. They didn't even mention it. Basically.
Oh.
They mentioned in the future.
Yeah.
The future.
Oh, yeah.
But
The fast
Rick
forward.
took off in a helicopter, and Jesus was killed by a whisperer.
I heard, yeah, they killed Jesus. No.
Jesus. Yep, that's my list for worst TV shows. Just a bunch of letdowns.
Okay.
Titans. Yeah, had some good moments, but
Yeah.
it's just drawn out.
Just when you made me think it was all right, you just go one of
Yeah,
the worst.
just
Well,
Throw it on
remember,
my-
because he had to sit through it weekly.
Yeah.
No,
Not binge-
I
binge
No,
totally
I've
agree
been
on that.
telling you guys since I've been reviewing it. It's gonna be better if you wait.
Yeah.
And watch it all together.
Yeah.
So, you
And
what
I believed you. I listened.
do you got, Sam?
All right. Well, let's see here. For TV shows, I agree with you for Daredevil season 2.
3.
Season 3. Sorry, season 3. For TV shows, mine's more like the networks.
Sure.
So I definitely have Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, and Suits. Those are my top 3 TV shows that I follow. I really like this drama, the way it's written, the casting, and for the first 2 show, it's written by Dick Wolf and his crew. And when they do season finales, man, they really fucking screw you over. Like they leave you hanging. You're like, but what? Like you don't see it coming at all. Right?
Are those 2 shows related? PD and Fire.
Yeah, PD and Fire and Hospital too.
Yeah.
That every
Med.
season, or Med, sorry, they all interact together, and it's really awesome. And they also like guest star in each other's show back and forth.
So it's the Arrowverse.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
basically.
But
Never
done
watched.
better. And then Suits.
The
Oh
crossover
man,
was pretty cool.
the Suits is amazing for me. Like every season, it just keeps getting more and more intense. The casting and the writing itself, it's really good. Like it's
Is it still ongoing?
Yeah, it's one of the best shows on USA.
After
that
Meghan
I
Markle
recommend
left?
to you guys. Huh? Oh yeah. After she left, it's fine. The way they wrote her off. But I mean,
They got a new hot chick.
not yet.
No.
Well, the redhead Donna is still pretty hot. So Donna's still there. We're still good.
Okay.
No big deal.
Okay.
My favorite one for you guys for the worst TV show,
Okay.
Arrow.
Ah.
Your favorite.
Yeah. I stopped watching it, man. So
I
if you watch
I
this
still
season, you're
track
braver
it.
than me.
I track it, and I'm like, okay, we're so brooding. Good job. You're in prison. You're brooding. Everyone's trying to help you. You're like, please don't help me.
He's fucking in prison, so he's like basically back on the island this season, right?
Pretty much.
I don't know.
I can't.
Just don't
I
care.
can't.
Yeah, I don't
do
care
it.
anymore.
I can't do it.
Over it. Don't care.
I'll stop being, I won't be so salty about it. What you got for me, Flex? Anything good?
Yeah, best. Adam covered most of them. Daredevil season 3. I loved it. It was fun. You guys already said it all. We already praised this one
Yeah,
like
we
crazy.
talked about this.
It's amazing.
Yes.
It's great, fantastic. Go watch it. Haunting of Hill House. I loved it. So good. Episode 6. You're gonna see it. It's called Two Storms. Probably my favorite episode of anything this year. Is so good. The way this
Okay.
thing was shot was just amazing. and
Right
it blew
now,
my
I'm
mind.
still on. Oh no, it's episode 6. The only thing is, I'll tell you guys right now is, I tried watching episode 5.
Yeah.
I was a little bit too stoned, and I was
You're
like,
turn the lights on.
yeah. I was like, okay, Netflix, exit the show. Let's watch Hellboy 2. Hellboy 2 is way safer right now.
It's got some moments, man. It's creepy.
There's some
Very
really
nice.
creepy stuff
Yeah.
in there, but that was really good.
How far are you right now, Gagne? For
I literally just watched episode 1 today.
Oh
so-
my
okay.
god.
I won't spoil
Oh,
it.
And I was
okay,
like,
okay,
that's
never
a
mind,
good
never mind.
pilot. Like
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the jump out scare you stuff, and so I was kind of skeptical starting it, but it's done so well that it's kind of hard to resist. So I'm gonna go through it. I might have to close my eyes sometimes. I'm kind of a pussy.
You'll
I'll
like
admit
it just for the cinematography and the
Yeah.
transitions alone. They're just really fantastic and seamless.
This isn't really like a spoiler, but keep an eye out for stuff in the background.
Oh, yeah.
If you feel like you see
constantly
stuff
changing.
there, it's there. So I'm just gonna say it like that. There's little hidden things.
I
in
mean,
there, so have
let's
a good
let's
time.
be real. Carla Gugina's easy on the eyes too. So
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, she's great.
Loved her since Sin City.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. But
I've loved her
moving
since
on-
fucking son-in-law, man. Let's go old school.
She's
Pauly
holy
Shore.
shit.
Pauly Shore,
Oh my
man.
God.
Love that
Deep
movie.
cut.
Holy shit.
Deep cut.
She was in that.
Oh,
I totally
man.
forgot about that.
I thought you were going to go
blew my
Biodome
mind.
on me.
I just blew
No,
my
I had to
mind.
go with the
Good
good
old
Pauly
Pauly.
Shore movie.
The weasel.
I've served him before. He's a weirdo.
No doubt.
But anyways, moving on. My third pick was The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
This is actually a genuinely nice surprise.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I watched it with my lady, and we both had a really good time watching it. It was just fun. It was lighthearted. It got dark when it was appropriate. And
You guys
it,
watched
it
the
really
Christmas
worked
special
for me.
yet?
I was just about to ask that.
I actually dozed off. She finished it. I was tired. It was late.
Okay.
Not that it was bad. I was
No, it was
tired.
good.
I
It was
a working
basically
man.
just another episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
I
wasn't.
think
It
it's just
wasn't
like
a
episode
longer
11.
one, or
Yeah.
it's literally labeled episode 11, I
Ah.
think. So
I'll get back
yeah,
to that.
that was
That's
good.
my next show to hop on after
Yeah.
the Haunted Hill House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Haunting
really
of
good.
Hill House.
Yeah, it's fun. It does keep in tone with the creep factor. As for worse, I feel like I didn't really watch a lot of bad TV, and I guess I'm only going to call out one just because my lady was into it. I'm not calling her out, but just from what I sat
Please
through,
understand.
I fucking hated what I saw. It's a show called Insatiable on Netflix. It's maybe it's not fully fair for me
I
to
liked
judge it
it.
because I didn't watch it, but I saw nothing but shitty people in here, and that just annoys the hell out of me. I
What the hell
cannot
is
watch a
that?
show about shitty, dramatic, fucking holier than thou pieces of crap, snobby people.
Hang on, okay. Let's go back to the beginning. What's the show about?
It's a
again,
bunch of
my
mean,
friend?
I don't know, mean fucking just people, just rude ass up,
So
up
Ganye's
their own
laughing.
asses kind of people.
Ganye's apparently watched this.
I don't
thing.
know.
I've
I
watched
deal
the
with-
entire thing.
Yeah, I deal with shitty people on a regular basis. I don't want to watch a show based around their fucking lives. So yeah,
So
I'm sorry.
The concept
Just-
is this fat girl who's played by Debbie Ryan, who was on a Nick show, I think, at one time. She gets punched in the face by some homeless guy, and her jaw's wired shut, so she loses a ton of weight, and then all of a sudden she's hot, and she joins, beauty pageants, and it's this like dark comedy. Kind of in the sense of like Drop Dead Gorgeous, where it's like you have these beauty pageant people that really suck and they're really bad people, but then it gets
Yeah.
like super dark and like people start dying and like murders happen. And Beverly D'Angelo's in it as she's got a really good character. I'll admit, like, yeah, the characters aren't very likable, but the show's pretty funny. I thought it was, at least.
Yeah. See, my lady can see the humor and all that stuff.
You're just thinking about the people that you served.
I just
and you're
deal
like,
with
nope.
snobby ass, fucking shitty people, and then like watching this, I'm like, I'm not having a good time with this. Like, no, I was like, I'm really not having a good time
You're
with
like,
this.
I relate too much to these fucking assholes.
Yeah, I'm just like, I've dealt with that bitch before. I don't
Kick
want
you
to
out.
fucking watch her now. I'm not trying to support her. Get this off my TV.
Nah.
So yeah, that's what I got.
All right, cool. What,
We need a salt meter for this table, right?
Totally.
See how
Insatiable.
low-
I felt myself getting red right there thinking about that.
I can't wait to tell my wife you hated it, Felix. That's going to make me.
I'm sorry, dude.
Oh, she'll hear.
That's fine. No, I don't care. You guys do you. Have fun with it.
Not saying anything about the wife.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with you guys.
All right, Gandhi, what you got?
All right, so I'm going to pivot off the ones you guys already mentioned. Daredevil. I was actually surprised to hear you say Lost in Space, Adam, because I loved it too, but I didn't think anyone else
Yes.
watched it.
I thought it was really good.
Oh, I did too. I went with Jack Ryan.
Yes.
Yes.
I had
Love
a
Jim getting his own show
note
again.
on that one.
Really liked it and can't wait for. It was like a steroid version of 24. I just yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
Second season of Ozarks. If you're not watching that show, check it out.
Ooh,
Bateman's
I haven't seen
fantastic.
that one.
Laura Linney's fantastic. It's well done. And then Glow season 2 as well.
Uh-huh.
So just love Mark Maron, and the show is really funny, and it's great because it's like 8 to 10 episodes a season, and the episodes are only like 30, 40 minutes. So you can burn
Okay.
through it, and they don't beat a dead horse. The story moves quickly, and it's 80s, it's wrestling, it's good music, it's good cast. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one. The only reason I put that on my list because I didn't finish it. I got about halfway through it, and I think Daredevil started, and I think I just got distracted.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, but it is
Yeah,
really
actually,
good, though.
I had to finish Daredevil and then go back to Glow because I was like, oh, Daredevil's here. This gets pushed aside. Bad. I also went with Walking Dead. I have not watched the new season, but I did start binging last season when I gave up and was like, I can't even fucking watch this. Like, I can't do it. Like, even like the redeeming episodes of like, you know, the episode where Negan and Gabriel are stuck in the trailer, and like that's kind of a good episode because it's really character driven. Even then, it's just like, oh god, when they go to other cuts of other people, it's just like, kill me, like just kill them, kill everyone, like kill the show.
Where are the zombies? That's the zombies were a thing, right?
So I just, you know what, I gave up. I can't even binge the old stuff. So that was up there, and you know, I'm not going to say this is the worst, but I feel like it's because it's overrated. I'm going to say that I'm a little not on board with This Is Us, and everybody slobbing all over it constantly. And here's why. So one specific reason why they made this giant push to tell you how Jack died. You know, Milo's this big character and he's so amazing. And they did it during the Super Bowl and they kill the character. And then what do you do when you kill a character afterwards? Like you're now filling me stories of like his background that I just don't care about. Like I don't need to know about him in Vietnam. I don't need to know about this and that. Like, and so for me, like,
gotcha.
Like it relies too heavily on like, we're going to make you cry so hard every week and, you know, make you feel. And then they did, and it was pretty good and novel in the first season. And this season, I'm just like, I don't really care. It's not as good as I think people think it is. Like, it maybe speaks more to like, there's more shit on TV. And so this actually looks good in comparison, but it's still not that good. But maybe that's just me.
I mean, if you base it on the Arrowverse.
Well, yeah, then it looks like, it's a masterpiece.
That's right. Yeah, everybody's pretty much slobbering on that show. You're right.
I haven't
got into it.
Pretty good things about it, but
it's not that it's bad. It's just
I'm on board with Gagne. I agree. The first season it was really good, knocked out of the park. Right? I figured, he's dead. Okay, cool, keep him dead. But now this whole season,
now it's all flashbacks and
it's more flashbacks of him. It's like, but I want to move on already with the story of what's the dude that's always trying to win over Kate? Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
her husband.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank at his name right now.
Yeah, but he has a good storyline. Like he's
you want to progress with the characters that are alive. And
yeah. Like I'm just, man, too much stepping back. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
You're kind of drowning me out. You're pulling the heroes on me.
Right.
Don't show how the main character dies like in the first season. Like you got to build up a little bit more. Give other story. I don't know. I don't know.
earn that death.
Earn that death. All right, so let's move on from TVs to video games. Man, there was a year of fantastic games.
Yes, a lot of good ones.
You'll definitely hear God of War on some lists.
Yes.
Let's go to Sam first. What's your favorite game, Sam?
It's a rough spot because top 3 is Spider-Man, Red Dead 2, and God of War. But for favorite game of the year, the best one, only one option, one choice. I chose Spider-Man.
Really?
Yay.
The reason I chose Spider-Man, right, is because as a kid, you grew up watching the cartoon show. You played the action figures. You played the God forbidden horrible N64 version, and you finally get the game of your dream. Where I'll come back to you on that, Flex. I'll come back to you for that for N64.
I didn't say it was great, but I had fun.
But for this one, like, you know, like you got the game you finally wanted of Spider-Man swinging, you know, from rooftop to rooftop, the scenery, the interaction, the little cameos, and the damn storyline. It was original, it was new, but the one I kind of do spoilers.
I think so. The game's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so spoilers.
Spoilers.
The damn fucking line where she goes, "Remove that silly mask. I want to see my nephew."
Aunt May.
And I was like, "Oh my god, dang it! Like,
yeah,
why?"
It hits you in the feels right at the end. Peter's got to choose between Aunt May and saving the city.
Yeah, he had the antivirus, right, or whatever the medication
The
was.
cure-all.
Yeah, so like it was either give it to her the one dose or make vaccinations for the whole city. And he's standing there and he's trying to choose, and I'm like, "Give me the control. Let me choose right now. I'm gonna choose Aunt May 9 times out of 10. Yeah. Fuck the city. Right. I'm sorry. I gotta save Aunt May. She's done so much." You know,
she was Marissa Tomei at me. I'd be with you.
Oh right.
Oh,
in the second. So that story was really well written. Yes. It was a fantastic game. Felix.
Sure.
Oh, I didn't give, you give
yeah.
a worst?
Go ahead. Go worst.
Sorry. So my worst, it's a recent game. I'll explain to you why it's the worst. So I put down Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay, the only reason I wrote down it was bad was because of the mechanics. Like there's this wheel you pull up, right, Gagne? So you pull up the wheel, choose your weapon, or you can choose just a fist. So you use your hands. So there's like little side missions, the little white bleeps on the map, and I missed out on like 4 to 6 of those already because I hit the button to go greet the person, but apparently I was carrying a gun instead. So I pointed a rifle at their head, and they ran off crying. I'm like, damn it, I needed those points.
So with this game, the same button to talk to people is the shoot button. But you either have nothing out and you talk to people, or you have your gun out and you shoot people. And so there's a disconnect there, and if you don't realize you're carrying your gun out, boom, you shoot people.
Sometimes I just want to hitch my horse and you end up strangling somebody.
Yeah, and then unfortunately you got to shoot the whole town because then you got a bounty on you.
Yeah, that's the way the world works.
The mechanics of the game is a downfall.
It's a rough.
Yeah.
It's a little rough.
I'm just going to piggyback actually off of Sam's because
Go ahead, Adam.
you got my list exactly.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead 2.
Okay.
Clearly the best games of the year. For me, God of War edges out Spider-Man.
Okay. Fair enough.
Only because of the mythology
Yes.
and the coming of age story,
True.
and the reinvention of the genre
Boy.
and the game itself.
And plus, good mechanics. Good mechanics, guys.
Flawless mechanics in that game. And then worst, Red Dead was on my best and worst list as well.
Fair enough.
It was a great game and had a good story. Its mechanics killed it.
Yeah.
The online beta needs some help.
A lot.
I've been booted out of way too many games to have fun on there.
And one thing I want to point out, Adam, for all of us that played it, was the fact that, like, at least in God of War, right? If you create your axe, you can actually roll back and still call and still be safe and not hit. But in Red Dead, if I forget my gun, I either die right away or I die right away. There's no other option.
In God of War, it just felt so fun throwing that axe. It felt like you were Thor, throwing the hammer and coming it back and bringing it back, and it just felt so right in that Norse mythology. So
Definitely.
So really good game. If you haven't played it, you should. As far as worst games, I didn't play these other two, but they obviously had huge negative reviews this year. Fallout 76, one of the worst reviewed games. Just put out, basically half a game and expect the base to mod the game to what it should be. So total fail. And Metal Gear Survive. Once you lost Kojima, they tried to pile on like 3 or 4 different types of systems that were working and try to cash out with the name and totally failed. I don't think anybody even played this game, to be honest.
Sure didn't.
Wait.
Nobody.
You didn't put Fortnite on your worst list? JK.
Well, they're getting sued a lot, so maybe they'll go down. And then, like I said, Red Dead 2 on both sides.
Yeah.
So. What do you got, Felix?
All right, so I played those 3 games too, and that's my top 3 also. But Spider-Man is my overall favorite. I already said it this year, and I still stand by it. And I guess I would say that from a game, just mechanically standpoint, God of War is probably the better game, but just from the sheer joy and just pure entertainment that I got out of Spider-Man, it is unmatched.
Right?
I had such a great time,
Dude,
just
I love
being
the
Spider-Man.
fact that, like, when we're talking about Spider-Man, to see your face so bright and happy about the customization of the suits and the mechanics.
I mean, not just that. There's a lot of fan service in there, as far as getting all the little Easter eggs. The costumes are great. They actually just recently, for free, gave you the Sam Raimi Spider-Man outfit. So you got the raised webbing suit, too, and it looks fucking amazing. But, yeah, from the story, like you hit on it, I've never actually literally teared up in a video game before. And this actually really hit me, like, right there in the feels. Like, yeah, I mean, like you said, spoilers, but they killed Aunt May. And when that happens, and, like, she really just gives you those goodbyes, and you see Peter again making the tough choice and nobody else will, like, God, it hits you right there. And like Aunt May is like, everybody has their version of Aunt May. That's always been like, that mom, that motherly figure. So to have to make the choice to let her go, that hurts, man. And that was just such a beautiful moment, though, at the same time. And the entire game was just so fantastic. I absolutely loved it.
I remember when that happened to me, I texted you right away. I was like, God, I hate this game. I hate it so much just because it made me choose between the city or Aunt May.
It was done so well, though. It was done like in a tasteful way in a sense.
Yeah.
It served the story's purpose very, very well. But I loved it. And got around the list. God of War, it's fantastic. You guys already touched on a great story. It made me buy a book on Norse mythology. Like it made me read into it. Like
Yes.
I really loved what it did with the lore, and to reinvent God of War to what it is now. They did such an amazing job. It is a damn near perfect game, I would say. As for Red Dead, I mean, the other controversial character here, I loved it through and through. Like, slow moments and all. It really paid off for me in the end. Once the story wrapped up, there's some really sweet, touching moments in there too with the characters and all the relationships. And since you spend literally so many hours around these characters, whether or not you like them, like I've said before, it's like it becomes a family. So once they start getting killed off or they start leaving, and you have these conversations where you're saying bye, it's just like, oh wow, it's like it really kind of like it gets real, and it really hits you. And once the whole game wrapped up, it was nice. It was a very bittersweet ending, and it was a lot of weight off my shoulders because now I can keep living my real life. but a great game overall. I'm not gonna knock on it for. I mean, I can knock on it for its mechanics. It didn't bother me as much to call it the worst of the year, but it was great. It's still a really, really great game. I don't know if it's the most accessible game for any casual gamer, but it's definitely worth the investment if you're really willing to commit to a game. So I would say it's worth a shot for anybody to go try it out.
Definitely.
I don't really think I have a worst of the year, honestly. I try not to play shitty games. If I hear it's going to be shitty, then I'm probably not going to touch on it, honestly. But if anything, I have another honorable mention. Dragon Ball FighterZ was a great game. I've really been playing the crap out of it.
You picked that up recently, right?
Yeah, it's been a really nice palate cleanser after Red Dead. It's really fast-paced. So much more fast-paced and colorful, but it's a really fun fighter. So I'm not great at it at all. I still suck, but it's still fun.
Nice. Nice.
That's what I got as far as games.
Very cool. How's the single player on that DB Fighters?
The story's fine, I guess. It's I don't know. It's whatever. It's kind of just
curious.
it's really just very meh. Honestly, I'm not really playing it for the story itself. It seems like there's 3 huge chapters of it, but yeah, something about the androids coming back, whatever.
Yeah,
It's meh. It's like most of the Dragon Ball movies are just kind of meh. You want to stick to the series.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Gagne. I know you got a bunch of games on your list.
I was going to ask, does Mario Kart count? Because I'm still playing that.
Hell yeah,
Kids,
dude.
all the time.
Yeah.
Do you win all the time?
No, man, it's challenging. I finally broke down because we play it so much still that we hadn't purchased like the expansion with all the other tracks and characters. So we did that this last week with the kids in town for their Christmas break. So yeah, no, you guys know me. As far as the games, I'm gonna defer to you guys. I have not played any of the ones you mentioned. I'm ashamed. That's the movies take priority, and then everything else kind of falls by the wayside. So I'm definitely looking forward to at least renting one of those. Probably going to be Spider-Man because obviously comic books
Spider-Man.
and I mean that's an easy sell for me. I'm staying far away from Red Dead Redemption because it sounds fucking frustrating. And
Totally
if
frustrating.
I'm not good at gaming already, then it's going to be a hard sell for me to like want to ride a horse for 10 minutes.
That might be a controller throwing game for you.
Yeah.
Like
no,
Dark Souls is for me.
Yeah, so I'll stick to slowly working through my Uncharted that I picked up for cheap and all the ones that you guys have mentioned to me, so I can do that. But I had no best and worst. So
Nice.
No worries. Get on that Last of Us as well.
yeah, and I gotta wrap that up. God,
We can just hate on Fortnite the troll chai.
Totally.
Can we do that?
Totally. Let's do that for a bit.
It's the worst game of the year.
Totally worst game.
Fortnite.
They're getting sued too, like by all these people
Everybody.
about their dances, man.
But they can't get sued by the Backpack Kid because the Backpack Kid didn't make that dance.
It's
Maybe he
parents
did.
that are pushing
No,
him.
he didn't though.
you don't think he's gonna get a little check? Come on, they're gonna give him something.
Yeah, right.
They'll make
If
it go away.
anyone, it's Carlton that deserves a nice
Oh,
check.
Carlton.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
cut that
fucking
name
famous-
check.
He didn't
Name
create
it.
that character, so I don't understand where he gets to like. He doesn't own that intellectual property. Like he did the dance, but he didn't create the character.
Sir, he worked really hard for our enjoyment on Fresh Prince. Okay, he deserves something.
He's got
He did. He
Napoleon
got paid for
complex.
it. It's the American way, man. You got to sue everybody. Let's jump into some movie reviews. We saw a couple of good ones.
We actually saw 2 movies this week.
We actually got out.
Surprise.
We got out this week. So let's start with Aquaman.
Okay.
DCEU continued on their roll. Been getting pretty good reviews online. It's got a 63% on Rotten Tomatoes, but 86% audience score. So again, we have that little valley on DC movies as opposed to
I'm the only guy. Oh, me and Jose are on the same page for once.
as far as
The
score
yeah,
and rating on this
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Well, let's have you
Okay.
jump in on this one. It
Okay.
was definitely a feast for the eyes.
Well, definitely visually stunning.
So-
I will start with the fact that the storyline was simple. They didn't try to confuse you too hard. Like for me, the good parts I'll highlight is the fact that like it was visually stunning. They got the right actor to play, Aquaman. There's like laughable moments, the one-liners, all the corny shit you expect. It was already there. I was fine. I'm already ready for that. But from the push a little forward, I felt like there was quite a bit of distance. Like there's no mention of Justice League at all. Nothing like they didn't want to touch that doo-doo. They're like, nah, we're good. We're just
That doo-doo.
They mention
we're
it.
just gonna do our own thing.
Yeah.
They did say
They mentioned
Steppenwolf
Steppenwolf,
one time.
but that was it.
That was the
Steppenwolf.
only. Yeah, that was the only
Yeah,
reference we
that's
got.
about
Even Aquaman's like, I don't know. That was not
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. For me, I like the fact that his dad's like, "Hey, son, I'm gonna go buy you breakfast." Fucking 2 pints in the morning. I was like, "Damn, that's how you
Yeah,
guys
my kind of
breakfast."
That's how they get down.
Exactly right. I was like, "All right, sweet." Of course, the jealous brother. No one really died. Very good special effects. I really love the helmet. I like the fact that he actually worked on it himself. Like, they didn't just give him a big ass helmet and he painted black.
Oh, Black
he
Manta?
actually, Black Manta. Sorry, he actually worked on it himself. So actually figured out the mechanics, try to get it down.
But you didn't feel it was a little convenient that he knew how to work on Atlantean tech? I'm getting
Tech-
too far. All right,
Whoa,
keep
whoa,
going.
get there.
I'm saying tech in general. Tech in general. Well, I'm highlighting all the good parts for me that I enjoyed. The fun adventure of chasing down, trying to find the map, then Trident itself. I like the nice little touch of they found mom on the other side.
Sure.
So
They made it to
I
the
mean, it was a nice ending. The fact
middle
that
of
it all
the
wrapped
earth.
up. You right? The middle of the earth.
Yeah.
Like I knew it was gonna be really corny. I knew that going in, dude. And by the time it's all said and done, I enjoyed it. The fight for the throne. I like the fact that Green Goblin survived. It was really good. So I'm pretty happy.
meaning Volko.
Willem Dafoe.
Yes, Defoe. I like how Defoe has his own little hideout. Oh yeah, this is the bubble. Like, it explained everything perfectly. But the one thing I'll give to them too was they did a really good job doing the watery voice. It wasn't too corny at all. You know what I mean? In my mind, I was picturing the Aqua Rangers that joined the Power Rangers. I thought it was gonna be like that type of corny Aqua voice.
Okay.
But this one, it wasn't that bad.
It fit.
I could live with it.
I could live with it. Yeah.
So for me, Aquaman, 8 out of 10. I can live with it.
That's summed up. I
That's
can
the
live with
quote.
I can live with it.
Put that on the box. I can live with it.
8 out of 10.
Oh my god.
Gagne, how about you go next?
Okay.
I'll start pouring the salt. I'll start pouring the salt for you guys. It's good.
It felt long. Did not need to be 2 hours and 23 minutes. I find myself like watching these films these days and just like wanting to just like splice out and make my own version, because it's just like I was so excited for the Black Manta character, especially after the character dive that I did, and they did that character such a disservice. If you're going to bring him back for, spoilers, the second film, don't waste our time with a shitty backstory that was rushed and so poorly acted that it just didn't belong in the film. Like, it felt like I was watching a shitty Steven Seagal like action film, like Under Siege 3 underwater. Like, just goddamn, like, don't blow this. Like, here's my biggest problem with it. James Wan is a great visual director. He is fucking awful at directing people and dialogue. He is. He's been awful since Saw. Like, Saw is good for a concept and for the ideas and visually how it was done. But if you have if you take all the parts in Saw where people have to talk to each other, it's like James Wan never talked to anybody growing up. I don't fucking understand how he can't get this right, because Momoa carries the movie and he's very, very charismatic and I love it. But some of the scenes were just like, God, I can't fucking watch this. Move on to the action, please. Like, I need to get back to like what is enjoyable about this film, because there is a lot. There's the suit's beautiful. The underwater battles are amazing. How they handled the dialogue in the water, great stuff. But there was just a lot of unnecessary crap in here again, and I once again just kind of let down. I think that I would say I give it. I said a 7 initially, but I'm lowering it to like probably more of a 6.5. I don't ever feel like I'm going to want to watch it again. It's just kind of okay. And so I was kind of let down. I mean, so
you nailed it there, buddy.
Sorry,
Felix, what'd you think?
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I give this a 6.5 also. And here's the thing. I don't dislike this movie. I feel like it's going to come off like I really don't like this, but I guess I'm more let down by it. And maybe that's my fault. I really did kind of go in with high expectations. I was really, really excited for this. Everything about this leading up to this was really great. But I just walked out feeling really let down. Yeah, like you were saying, the script was just fucking god awful. I really feel like every bit of dialogue was just full-on exposition hand-holding for the audience, where it's just like we said in the very beginning with the submarines, like, oh, here's a good time for me to tell you a story about your grandfather, about this dagger that I'm about to give you after we just finished murdering all these people on this submarine. What? Yeah. Where did that come from? Like, every time somebody asks something about this, well, thousands of years ago, legend has it about this. It's like, whoa, man, nobody talks like that. Let's have a real conversation here. It was pure exposition for the audience.
I don't know, man. I think William Dafoe would talk like that, though.
Well, it's Willem Dafoe. He's a weird guy, but yeah, it's like beautiful. It was a beautiful film. Like everything about it was visually stunning. I really enjoyed it. The action scenes were great. They were really fantastic. That opening sequence with Nicole Kidman in the house, I thought was a really awesome close quarters action sequence. The final battle was amazing. So much going on, but it was still really awesome to watch. Like Aquaman and a seahorse, hell yeah, that looked great. Totally. Costume design, everything was great too. Even Ocean Master, they got him looking pretty sweet with his mask and everything too.
I like how the mask and helmet moved together.
Yeah, it looked really good. Black Manta looked awesome too, but yeah, his story was so short-handed. Like I like that they gave him like his origin, but I feel like it could have been spread throughout the movie. He could have been like a menacing pirate that was kind of just like haunting Arthur throughout, or just being a pest in some sort of sense. Like just to give him this rushed arc where, yeah, all of a sudden he knows how to handle Atlantean technology, and then here's this fight scene that we already saw a big chunk of in his trailer, and then that's it. And then he's done. That's it. He looked awesome. He looked really good. And that's why it just disappointed me that he just got taken out so quickly like that. And like we were saying, the trailers showed so much. We did not need to see the suit. We did not need to see the suit.
The big reveals like that.
Huge reveal, dude. That would have been such an amazing moment if we all as a unit got to go in there like, holy crap, it's a classic suit. But like to me, that's like the studio like not feeling confident. Maybe like, well, look what we did. Right. We have all your fan service right here. Here's a 5-minute trailer. Here's to prove it. Like we didn't need to see so much of all that crap, man. That really let me down. And then yeah, as far as like some direction, there's repeated like lots of repeated beats. I really feel there's like at least 3 moments where everybody's cool. Explosion! Like just out of nowhere. Like that happened at least 3-4 different times. And like by the third time I like literally laughed out loud. I was like, ha. It's like again? Like really? I'm pretty sure they did like the Momoa staring through his trident at least 3 times also. Like we saw that in all ages.
The kind of cheesy slow-mos.
That show is very Thundercats, so I appreciate that fan service.
But I'm saying when I see the same beats over and over again throughout the same movie, I was like, what the hell, man?
First couple of times it was cool. Third time, fourth time is diminished returns.
But like I said, the movie's fine. It's fun. It's a very high action-packed movie. Momoa is great to watch. He really was a fun character. I like Mira also. She was cool. All the characters are great, to be honest with you. It's just, the dialogue was bad. I didn't enjoy that. I don't know. It let me down in a way. I feel like if this was released a year or 2 ago, this would have been fantastic. But we've seen so many other great properties come since then. So, I'm not saying you need to be the best movie ever, but there should be a standard nowadays as far as with comic book films. But the fact that we have an Aquaman movie, a standalone movie right now, that's not from Entourage. Like this is pretty cool. I got to say that the fact that this exists, it's awesome. It's a really cool thing. Yeah. But yeah, I guess me personally, I'm a little let down. I would watch it again, but it just didn't blow me away, and I'm I'm disappointed by that, I guess. So 6.5.
So the movie washed up kind of short.
It felt shallow.
Nice. You guys hit all of my points on this one. I as well gave it about a 7, maybe 6.5, in that same range. Like you said, just visually stunning movie. Just fell short with this plot. I think with Black Panther being such an awesome movie this year, and the plot lines being very similar, that kind of took it down a notch for me. It was just very predictable. It never really had any drama. He always felt Aquaman invincible, never in any kind of danger. We knew where the end was gonna be, so it never really strayed from the path. Like Felix said, this was the best Aquaman movie we were gonna get. Considering the character. And Momoa was great, and he had all the chemistry and charisma and all that stuff. It was just some of the other stuff that didn't mesh well. Like you said, the random explosions.
Or the dialogue, just the way that people talk. It didn't work out too well.
One thing I wanted to mention was the giant octopus that was playing the drums.
Yeah.
That was apparently supposed to be a cameo of his octopus friend, Topo.
Topo.
There you go. He had him in the movie. Cool.
I had to send that out because you mentioned him in the breakdown. I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, totally
They had to
funny,
make
totally
this
random
character
too.
come out.
And you have these awesome character designs and armor and these great characters, but
I was really confused
The movie was-
too, because here's my part. When Mara comes back, right? Like suddenly Dolph Lundgren just stops everything right away. I thought you were so stubborn and hellbent to get the new kingdom, but now like your daughter shows up and you're like, okay, we're good. I found my daughter.
That's cool.
Everyone gives up. Return to seahorses. Thank you.
I was trying to find moments in this movie that were like wow moments, and I couldn't find very many of them. So the movie to me was just okay. It wasn't great. It was just good. It had moments. It was fun. It just could have been more. Maybe my expectations were too high as well.
Yeah.
And like you said, also the trailers. All the good moments were in the trailers. I felt, and they didn't really do anything spectacular.
That could have been the wow moment, dude. Him coming out in the suit.
The suit, yeah.
That was it.
And
the way
it wasn't a
presented.
wow movie because it was already.
We
in the
knew it was
trailer.
coming.
Yeah.
Like, like I said, every time I went to a different set piece, like, oh, I saw this in the trailer. It's like,
Yes.
oh, this is where they're going to jump out in the plane, and that's the desert where he's going to sink into the hole and make
Yeah.
a comment about peeing on
Or
things.
this is where the sharks are
Yeah.
gonna fight with the seahorses.
Yeah, as soon as they zoomed in on Sicily, I'm like, oh, this is where Black Manta shows up because we saw that fucking 5-minute trailer. So
Totally.
it's just like, God, like I said, it was just predictable for me, and that's us. Me spoiling myself.
What
guess.
would have saved this movie for me is at the end credit scene, if Black Manta
shit.
would have just drifted right up to Lex Luthor's yacht. All right.
Would've
And
been all
if
set.
they would have cued those two together, that would have been a moment right there that would have saved
Yeah.
the movie.
I think
no, we got
DC
Randall
needs to
Park.
hear us out and do that. Just continue the yacht scene. Just continue
If
it.
they
I would have
could
taken that.
somehow make a Legion of Doom movie, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Had you guys noticed that the Snyders both got producing credits on this?
I did see that.
That was
Yeah.
kind of weird, right?
And I'm wondering
Unless
if it's
they're
because
involved.
he kind of wrote the backstory for Aquaman, maybe, or
Maybe.
I don't know.
Right?
I mean, obviously he didn't write the backstory, but I mean, like because he created it and
Right, he
The
had-
foundation of it. Yeah. That makes
That's
sense.
interesting. I might have to look that one up. I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah.
I got to call out some of the really bad humor in this too.
Do
So,
it.
like,
Do
dude,
it.
I mean, besides the whole like with permission to come aboard kind of scene, like the bar scene. I'm sorry, dude. When a bunch
Oh,
of punk
my
asses
God.
come up to you like, "Hey, man, you're that fish man," whatever. It's like, oh, whatever. And then it's like, "Yeah, we got a problem. We get a selfie
We
with
get a
you.
selfie with my
Are you
pink phone?"
fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of joke you're going with. Like these big dudes coming up, "Yeah, we got a problem. We need a selfie." Like, and that kind of delivery, we need a selfie. And he pulls out a pink cell phone.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That was
That
pretty
was
bad,
so
dude.
fucking stupid. And then to
And then
really
the
show that.
montage of pictures, right?
Yeah, dude. And then to show that real literal toilet humor, we actually saw an Atlantean stick his head in the toilet because he couldn't breathe.
Bingo.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Are
that
you
was-
actually kidding me right now? Like the humor and some of the jokes that they were going for, like what were you actually thinking? It was so stupid.
And you liked Thor Ragnarok?
Hey man,
Hey man.
Was there toilet humor
Wow.
in Thor Ragnarok? Did someone stick their head in a toilet? I missed that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but we'll watch the movie and I'll point out all the shit jokes in that movie too.
I'm down for that actually.
They're funny. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna do a running. You know.
A commentary. Like
Yep.
Mystery Science Theater with Thor
Yep.
Ragnarok.
Oh yeah.
I'm so down.
Totally.
We might
one
fight
thing
by
we'll
the end of
probably
it.
We might
We
point
might
out
fight
first
by
is
the
Carl Urban just jumping back and forth. Good guy, bad guy. Good guy, bad guy. Hold on.
Okay, he's a bad character in that, I'll admit.
They could have utilized him so much more. Like Carl
Yeah.
Urban's character, so good in the comics, so bad in movies.
All right,
All right.
that's
It's an
Hit me,
argument
Adam.
for another day.
Aquaman. All right.
Oh, what was your score?
I said 7, maybe 6.5. I don't know.
It goes
yet.
back and
It
forth.
was-
I'll give it
was
another
meh.
chance. I do want to see it again. Like I said, I'm not trying to hate this movie. I really, really wanted to love it. I just didn't, and that
This
just
one,
let me down.
Aquaman, I would see again. Bumblebee.
Okay.
Be there or be square.
Maybe not. So this was the other one that came out same weekend, big weekend.
Do you
This
want to
was
go
actually-
first? I'm excited to hear you.
This was a 94% or 81 for the audience on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Okay.
a little bit of a negative reaction to the audience, which I think is funny. Maybe the critics like that Disney family feel to it, which it definitely did. Very light feel, very family friendly. New take on the Transformers, obviously. I will say this. The opening 10 minutes of this movie was worth it. They jump into the war on Cybertron, and they have full-on Transformers fighting each other, rolling around, blasting each other. It was amazing. I think you guys would agree this was the best part of the movie.
I think we're all smiling like a bunch of idiots.
Oh
in
my
the first
God.
10 minutes.
But other than that movie, we went to the kind of Disney-fied family E.T. kind of role where you have an extraterrestrial come down, you got to help him figure out his problem. I don't know. It just seemed a little too lighthearted for me. Needless transforming in a couple of parts in this movie. They'd be flying in their chopper form. They land on the ground. They transform into a car. They go for about 3 seconds, and they transform into their Decepticon, right? I'm like, why did you have to go from one to the other to the...
Because it looks cool.
Yeah, well, because it looks cool. Yeah, true, I guess. But it was just needless for me. And they did it multiple times in the movie.
Yeah.
I did not like John Cena. And basically any of the military. They basically were just super machismo, shoot first, don't ask questions, just dropping all these kind of one-liners that weren't very funny.
But the one good line was, but the name has Decepticon in it.
Yeah. He did have the best line of the movie. They're literally called Transformers. That doesn't raise any red flags.
Decepticons.
Or Decepticons, yeah. That was the best line of the whole movie.
I gave it a 6. It was just meh. It seemed like more of the other Transformers movies. If it was just the fighting that we got in the first 10 minutes, if it was just a whole movie of that, it would be amazing.
I understand this, but listen, Adam, you got 2 options. You got Mark Wahlberg or John Cena. Which one do you want?
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Unfortunately. You with me on this, Kanye?
Wow.
Yeah, he's at least a little bit of a better actor.
Wait, but Kanye, he doesn't like Thor Ragnarok. I'm just saying.
It's 2
That's
different
okay.
movies, bro.
We agree and disagree on a lot.
John Cena was too much overacting on this one.
And I'll say I disagree a little bit with you on this one. So I think I knew going in to not get overhyped on the Cybertron stuff because this movie is called Bumblebee. And while I think marketing-wise they would have been smart to call this Bumblebee a Transformers story, they knew it wasn't that. And so I appreciated that even through that they gave us that stuff because you're right. It's the best part of the movie. It alone is worth the price of admission because in those 10 minutes that they gave us, it's everything that Bay couldn't do. And that's all we needed. Like all I needed to see was the old Freightliner red with the gray, along the bridge, just to see Optimus in that form driving, like that evoked all of my childhood memories. To see Soundwave say ravage eject and see the fucking cat come out, just blew me away. And so I appreciated that Bumblebee was actually a fucking VW bug. Thank you. That's all you needed to be. Why couldn't he be that? Why? Because you were trying to sell fucking cars in the first movie. Totally. That's why. That's why Jazz wasn't a Porsche. He was a stupid fucking Pontiac, whatever they were trying to sell.
Whatever the new thing was.
And so I hear you on it definitely was this very lighthearted teen movie, she's having a hard time and this is her friend.
Now she needs a best friend and
and so
can't get it from the guy next door because he's such a fucking nerd. He doesn't even get a fucking kiss.
Just on the cheek and they can't hold hands. She's independent, okay? That's
You're not there yet.
It's not the best written movie, but it's still better than 4 of the 5 Transformer films. And I appreciated what they tried to do. I think my biggest issue was if you're going to go that far into the Cybertron war, why not just give us 2 bad guys that people know? Why did we have these throwaway bad guy characters who ta-da, they can transform into cars and military vehicles? Why not just have Starscream be the bad guy? Why not just have Soundwave and Starscream there and make more battles with them? And maybe another Autobot shows up at the end to help B. There could have been just a couple tweaks to really make this over the top. And so instead it was more enjoyable than Aquaman because at least people could act and the script was better. But it's kind of right on that level. And I think except for John Cena, and the stupid scientist guy who's
he was awful.
He was bad too. So I give it probably a 7.5. I enjoyed it more than Aquaman, and I would watch it again solely for the little bits of 80s Transformers that I got out of it, and enjoyed.
The Transformers, when they did transform and fight, were pretty awesome.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. Yeah, like I said, it's not the greatest, but I did have a lot of fun with it. Yeah, it's definitely the best Transformers movie since at least the first one. Like it at least had a coherent story, and visually you can see what's happening. That's like one of my biggest problems with the Michael Bay movies is like I can't tell what the hell is going on. You can't differentiate between any of the characters. Like it's such messy CGI. Like this one, like the characters are colorful. They look like the Transformers that they're supposed to look like. The action was clear. You can see the kicks being thrown and like all the hip tosses and all that cool stuff. It was fun. Like I enjoyed the lighthearted story of it. It felt like a Spielberg movie, and he did help produce it along with Michael Bay. Oh no, but like it had that lighthearted, whimsical kind of like Boy and His Dog kind of story. It kind of had like little shades of E.T. here and there too, where I can imagine a young generation really getting a kick out of it. Just like that first car kind of feel like teens are off on an adventure, whatever. You can look at it as a teen angst film. I enjoyed it. I thought it was at least well written, had some charm to it. There's a lot of throwaway characters. Yeah, the neighbor kid, like he didn't need to be there. I mean, he tried to make him the comic relief, but he just was unnecessary.
He literally came in 5 minutes late.
He was literally unnecessary. Like even when he was like, oh yeah, I'll stall them. They drive right past him.
Yeah,
like that was unnecessary. He was not necessary. The stupid scientist, I hated that character. Is just like every like stupid like little plot hole you're just gonna walk into. Like yeah, sure, let them connect to the
the internet
to
right?
the satellites. And like and they're building some sort of interweb face. Like so we got the internet from Transformers. Okay, cool, whatever. But overall, those like I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, that first 10 minutes is like bar none the most amazing visual spectacle I've seen in a long time. Like, it got me so excited watching Optimus just.
Dude,
being Optimus,
I was pumped.
Being a hero, it was just so cool. And then the character design thing. I'm pretty sure I saw RC in there. Like that looked awesome. And then you have Soundwave and Shockwave, and they sound like them. It's so good, dude. It was so good. But yeah, like you're saying, like this movie's called Bumblebee. It's not called Transformers. Like had it been called Transformers, something else, and like I would have expected more of everybody else, more Cybertron. But this movie was called Bumblebee, and I saw the trailer, and majority of it was centered around Bumblebee and his girl.
Yeah.
And so when I went in there, I was not surprised that was the entire movie, and I was okay with it. I had a good time. I thought it was a fun adventure. And overall, I mean, it was a nice, lighter-hearted movie, and I think it was a nice tease for the future. I think they're kind of playing it a little bit safe. That's why they didn't really blow the load, using all the characters. So I feel like maybe this is kind of feeling it out to see how the people respond to it, and that's where I'm kind of concerned. I don't know how the audience is going to respond to it because I feel like they sort of gave themselves an out to go back to Michael Bay if this were to fail, because in the end, I didn't like that they had to go back to making him a Camaro, because that just kind of
and no voice box, right?
It leads it to the opportunity to go back to the Bay films. I really wish they would have just gone full reboot. Honestly, they could have at least teased like, it'll be connected in some sense, but they didn't have to. Like I didn't mind that it took away his voice. I was kind of hoping that they would bring it back by the end, and like I said, maybe just go full reboot. But that didn't happen, so that was a little disappointing. But overall, from what it was, I had a really good time with it. Like I said, there's some cringy, cheesy moments in there too, but it's nothing that really tarnished the whole thing, except for that high dive scene at the end. That was stupid. That was really I gotta point that out.
So retarded.
Why you got to call back to something that was really not even necessary?
But they put "You Got the Touch" in there.
Yes. I was gonna mention that.
All right, the soundtrack was very 80s. I appreciated that.
I think though, like, I think they're trying to cash out nostalgia because they're really pushing on the soundtrack. Because like, okay, you hit like 3 or 4, okay, cool, but the whole thing. Oh man, you're pushing too hard on nostalgia.
As far as 80s songs?
Yeah.
So many.
I love all the songs. I love all the songs. Don't get me wrong, but you're pushing hard to make sure that your
this
mind
is the era we're in.
Nostalgia. Yeah. So I mean, for me, enjoyable. It's not a Cybertron war movie. It's Bumblebee. I really wish it was a Cybertron war movie because
that was
the best. Like I said, I was sitting there with the rest of you guys, and fucking everyone's fighting on Cybertron. All the robots are coming out, and you're like, holy crap, this is so really good. Going down, dude. Oh my God. I was freaking out. I was having such a great time. And then we get to the girl in her pit, and now you're just dragging it out. And he's transforming. Okay, cool. The comedy guy, he was there for a little bit, it was all right. It was expected. It's definitely a good feeler movie to feel out the audience, see where you can go next with your franchise. So, to test the waters, some things worked, some things didn't. But definitely love to see like a timeline where, Wahlberg and Cena can meet up and help each other out. A scientist and a buff military guy can't go wrong.
What if Cena's Wahlberg's dad?
that would explain the physique. That'd be so great.
Because no farmer is that ripped and also has time to be an inventor.
Totally. Had to be jeans. So what'd you grade it there, Sam?
7.5. It wasn't bad.
7.5.
7.5.
So yeah, I give it a 7.5 too. I don't know if I
7.5?
said it earlier, but it's
Yeah.
good. Not great. This is good.
Well, $22 million opening weekend for Bumblebee. A little low. $70 million for Aquaman, which I think puts it right about the range that we were thinking as far as our estimations were.
See, I said 90. That's how high my expectations
And you
were.
said like
For
60
Aquaman?
for Bumblebee, right?
I think I said 75
Yeah.
for Bumblebee. Yeah, I was wrong.
I want to say that Gani and I were in the 65, 70 mil range.
Yeah.
Ballpark.
Yeah, pretty close. But yeah, totally gleaned some money from Bumblebee. 22 million, not very high. I'd like to see the numbers for the last couple of Transformers movies. See where that lands on the scale.
Well, you're
Should
talking
look
about domestic only or including
Domestic only.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
dead last
actually-
right now. Yeah.
Yeah, as
Wow.
far as Aquaman goes, it opened early in overseas.
Yeah.
So it's already made $350 million.
crazy.
So it's already climbing.
It's a real shame that that Bumblebee isn't the first Transformers movie that we got, because that would have been a hell of an introduction to this world, man.
Oh, yeah.
To just open up with Cybertron like that, and even if it just did center around Bumblebee the whole time, like God, that would have been great setup. You can do so much. Like I feel like they can sort of do spin-offs because a lot of the Transformers did scatter when they left. Like maybe
Yeah,
we could
they
get
did.
something centered around Optimus.
definitely.
You know, maybe we could see that movie where he sends out Bumblebee, and now we get the full Optimus around. Maybe on Cybertron,
I'm still waiting for my Unicron, bro.
Transformers Origin, Optimus Prime.
right? Oh, give it to me.
I did like how she said at one point, "Are you in disguise?" I thought that was
Yeah.
clever, right?
She was good. See, Haley Steinfeld, I thought she actually did a
She
really
can
good
act.
job in her role.
She's it's fine. The movie was what it was. It was it definitely they didn't sell it as anything more than like this is going to be a girl in her car, as Jose affectionately called it. It was a Herbie movie.
Right. Yeah. Herbie movie. Both worth watching.
Definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
Especially during holiday season, you want to see something fun with the family.
Take him to
Go for
Spider-Man.
it.
Take him to Spider-Man. Totally.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse, man. That was the movie
Yeah,
of the year.
start
to
with
be
that.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
start with that, then work your way down. Anybody catch Mary Poppins? No?
No, not yet.
My kids did. They loved it.
Yeah.
That was really
nice.
good. Yeah.
I do want to catch Sherlock and Holmes.
I can wait.
I can wait. Yeah, I'll wait for home.
Man,
I want to watch it. I just
thanks.
don't want to spend money on it.
you know you're gonna laugh your ass off.
Maybe. That's a big maybe. I mean, I love
Probably
John C.
not.
Reilly, but they're very hit and miss kind of duos sometimes. Or at least, I don't know, man.
I still want to see that one too. Man, the Steve Carell movie.
Yeah, Welcome to
Welcome
Marwin.
to Marwood.
Yeah, that does look pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that one looks pretty cool.
That's on the docket for sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well,
All right, fellas. Anything else?
yeah, it's game time.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
We got a fucking game.
We
Let's
got
have
for the quiz.
I know
We
it's
got a
late,
quiz.
but we still got a little Santa quiz here. So I'm basically
Yeah.
going to describe Santas out of movies. So every question is worth 2 points. So I'm giving out points here like crazy.
Oh,
so
shit.
1 point if you can tell
Like
me the
Santa.
actor that exactly. 1 point if you can tell me the actor that played Santa. Second point if you can tell me the movie. So
Okay.
and then if you can only get one of them, that's fine. If somebody else wants to chime in and grab the other point, you can do that.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
Actor movie. All right,
Yeah,
let's
so-
do this.
Nice quick quiz. So Adam's keeping score.
I got it.
Awesome. So here we go. First Santa. This is a softball. Wait till I finish the description. This Santa was an alcoholic con man with a fetish for plus-size women.
Gagne,
Sam.
Gagne.
Shit.
Billy Bob Thornton, and Bad Santa.
That is 2 points for Gagne.
Nice.
Damn it.
All right. Moving on. Question number 2. Or Santa number 2. All right. This lactose-intolerant toy designer became the next Santa after the original fell off his roof.
Adam.
Gagne.
Adam.
Tim Allen. The Santa Claus.
Yes, it is on both counts. Good job.
Lactose intolerant. That was good.
So it might be a little bit trickier. All right. This Santa accidentally abducted an orphan human baby that eventually grew to become one of his elves.
Gagne.
Gagne.
Don't know his name.
Ed Asner, Elf.
There we go. 2 points.
Oh,
Good job.
Nice.
All right. So this one might be a little bit tricky. This replacement mall Santa is eventually put on trial to prove that he is actually the real Santa.
Adam.
Gagne.
Adam.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Yes, that is the movie.
Don't know the guy's name.
So I forgot to mention this. I'm going with the remake, the 1994 version. Can you tell me the actor?
I don't know the guy's name.
Okay, so that's 1 point for you. Does anybody want to take that?
I only had the movie. I do not
Ah.
know the actor.
Yeah. It was Richard Attenborough, otherwise known as John Hammond in
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
We've
I
got
would've
the
accepted-
T-Rex.
Yeah, I would have accepted John Hammond. All righty, moving on. This mall Santa was actually a con man selling bootleg toys out of a factory run by other Santa Clauses.
Adam. Bad Santa?
No.
No, I
no,
didn't
no,
think
no.
so.
Really? I'm
No,
surprised you didn't get
sounds
this.
familiar. It sounds familiar.
No,
on.
now I'm thinking it's.
I'll read it one more time. This mall Santa was actually a con man selling bootleg toys out of a factory run by other Santa Clauses.
I think I know it now.
I really feel like you should have gotten this.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in you.
I'm gonna kick myself when this
Giving you
gets
guys
told.
5,
I can't think of it.
4, 3, 2,
Hold on before you say it.
1. Anybody want to take a stab at it?
Jingle all the way.
It is Jingle All the Way.
It was
Knew
Sinbad.
it.
No, it's,
No?
it's Jim Belushi.
Ah,
There you go.
Some bitch. Yeah.
Good one.
myself.
Alrighty. So next one. Real simple description. This Santa has a bitter older brother played by Vince Vaughn.
Kanye.
Gagne.
Oh god.
Oh
I
God.
forgot the name of the fucking movie.
I know.
Oh god.
Very generic ass name.
Oh my god. I
Saint-
know
oh.
the movie. I'm.
Can I ring in?
Yeah.
The guy finished
I
it.
nope. Go for it. I
Oh,
forgot.
Gagne's
God
out.
damn it.
Which one of you guys called in first?
I think he did actually.
Go ahead, Sam.
It was Ned Claus.
No.
Damn.
Do you want to take a stab at the actor?
That played Santa.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Oh, hang on. He's on Billions. I watched like
Giving you 5, 4.
Oh, now I know the actor.
Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti. I'll give you that.
Paul Giamatti.
Okay, Gadam, you want to take a stab at the movie?
No, I got it.
It's Fred Claus.
Damn it!
God.
I kept thinking Chris Claus. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
not it.
His generic ass name. Yep. All right.
Son of a bitch.
So, let's see if you've been paying attention to the latest movies. So, this slimmed down, wisecracking fan of Elvis is one of the latest versions of Santa to debut on film.
Gagne.
Gagne.
It's Kurt Russell,
That's one.
and it's called. I forgot the name of the movie. It's on Netflix. I can't even think of it.
You got one of them. You guys want to try?
I got it.
Jingle Claus. I'm just making up like Christmas stuff together.
No, it's the Christmas Chronicles.
Chronicles.
Yep.
God.
Yep. It's on Netflix.
Good pull with Kurt Russell.
Yeah. So, I got one last one.
All right, I need it.
End on a humorous note. This murderous Santa is actually a demon forced to play Santa after losing a bet with an angel.
Wow.
Gagne.
Again.
Gagne.
Is the movie Silent Night, Deadly Night?
No. I'll read it one more time. This murderous Santa is actually a demon forced to play Santa after losing a bet with an angel.
Oh my God. It's the animated
I'm
show.
surprised if you guys actually saw this.
I got nothing.
Damn
I got
it.
nothing.
Is it Krampus?
No.
Oh, see that.
The movie's called Santa's
Yes.
Sleigh, and it was played by Bill Goldberg.
Wow, really?
Oh, wow.
Oh shit!
Wow.
No, I actually seen the movie, but
Yeah.
I didn't know. I missed that first part.
I didn't watch it. I just saw him on the
Goldberg.
cover, and I had to throw that on there. And that image sticks with me so vividly. It's
amazing.
Bill Goldberg
Wow.
as Santa Claus. So, yes.
Dang. Congratulations, Gagne. You got the win.
Yeah.
Holla.
Dude,
Closing the
Did you
year
ever watch
out.
that Swedish Santa Claus movie though?
No. Swedish Santa Claus?
Yeah, it's like something Krampus or something
Oh,
like
Krampus?
Krampus.
Uh,
Krampus. Yeah.
I think that was it. Where
Yeah.
the little kid had like defeat all these evil Santas and keep the main one alive, so he can deliver the gifts to all the kids, all the boys and girls. It's just a fucked up movie. So
Missed out.
fucked up.
So is Silent Night, Deadly Night, the one I mentioned, where it's like this, serial killer who's dressed up as Santa killing people on Christmas. Gave me nightmares as a kid.
Messed
I
up.
feel like I remember that one, actually.
Yeah.
Make you
Merry
not wanna sit
Christmas,
on
you
Santa's
filthy
knee.
animals.
Yeah, right. Side note, did y'all see that Macaulay Culkin skit?
Yeah,
Yes.
do you get the commercial?
That was
Go
funny.
get?
I actually missed down, but there's an internet personality I watch called the Angry Video Game Nerd. His name's James Roll.
Yes.
He did a video with him, dude. With Macaulay Culkin just showed up and they played old school Home Alone games together, and
that's
it's
funny.
like the most charming thing ever. Like, cause the Angry Video Game Nerd opens his door and Macaulay Culkin's the pizza boy. He's just like, a lovely cheese pizza just for you. I'm like, aw.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. I like
that was
that.
adorable.
Good callbacks.
So, what you guys got planned for Christmas? Anything fun?
I will be eating another Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
Yes.
Me too.
That's how my family gets down.
Yeah, the wifey saved our
So-
second Thanksgiving for Christmas Eve, so
Yeah.
I got that coming up.
Sweet.
So excited.
I got another
Good
pumpkin
times.
pie coming.
Hell yeah.
It's good times.
Pie
How about you,
time.
buddy?
For me, gonna take it easy. Hang out and watch Christmas Story.
Oh, yeah.
Hell
Gots
yeah!
to.
All day.
Any good Christmas gifts you know are coming?
No clue.
No clue.
Cutting by myself, so I don't know.
Sure. I know you got two perfectly square video games over here in this.
No, wait, they're not,
Oh,
they're
yes,
not
yes.
video games. We don't
Your
have
brother?
that yet.
I'm not touching those yet. I'll wait.
enough
I'll wait
to
till
video
day
games.
of. I'll wait
Even
till
though
day
the video game directly above your package is shaped exactly like it.
I wonder what's in those two.
But you, Gunny, you gonna have the kids over?
No, they sadly had to go back, so the wife and I are rolling solo, but we're going to go over to the boss's house for Christmas Eve, a little prime rib and whiskey, and you know, whatever sporting event is, I'm sure, on, and then Christmas Day. I mean, we're adults. We pretty much give each other gifts all year round, so
Right.
she's not good at surprises, so I get my gifts very early, as always.
Right.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
Meat,
just
whiskey, and
enjoying the long
sports.
weekend. Yeah.
That sounds good, man.
So is this our last episode of the year, technically? I mean, that's...
Technically,
Technically.
this is our last episode. The next one will be out on the 1st.
Yeah, we will be recording before that, but yeah, technically this is it. It's been a fun year, y'all.
So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's.
Merry Christmas.
Definitely.
Filthy animals.
Yes.
Thanks for sticking with the long episode, everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is a long
We're getting
one.
there.
Yeah.
But, Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you get everything you wanted.
And watch Die Hard.
Watch
'cause it's a
Die
Christmas
Hard.
movie.
You know, it's
It's a
not
Christmas movie.
Christmas until you see Hans Gruber fall off Nakatomi Tower.
Mm-hmm. I watched the story of how John McClane saved Christmas.
That's right.
It's a great story.
Thanks everybody for listening. Catch us next year. We're going to be on SoundCloud.
Yes.
We'll let you know more about our Switch
Yeah.
coming up.
Movie draft
next
is
year.
coming next week also in the new year.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Ready.
Check us out. Thanks for listening.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, everyone. Merry
Peace out.
Christmas.
Happy New Year.